Greetings, my friends. I want to thank you all for subscribing. I want to thank all of my channel members for supporting me in this endeavor to save pop culture. And if you are not subscribed, please consider supporting this channel. We need you. Thank you. Greetings, my friends. I am Dictor Van Doomcock, the future ruler of Earth, broadcasting from my secret base at the center of the Earth. And today I bring you rumblings, my friends. Rumblings is a good way to put it because something is going on at Lucasfilm right now, something big, and I've been trying all day yesterday to get more information on exactly what it is. I have been informed that there's a rumor going around specifically that there's going to be some kind of big announcement very soon, perhaps even as soon as Friday, coming straight from the executive suite. And I have been specifically told it may have something to do with Gina Carano returning to Star Wars, though there's also evidence to the contrary, and I'll be going over all of that here in a few minutes. It could also be news about Indiana Jones 5. I have a lot of clues that I want to share with you in hopes that some of you will be able to piece it together, or failing that, I'm hoping that someone with additional information to share will contact me for a future video. But at this juncture, all I can tell you is something's afoot at the Circle L.
L for Lucasfilm. Nice Bill and Ted reference, Doomcock.
Thank you, Harvey Cthulhu.
So can you at least tell us, is this a good thing they're going to announce, or a bad thing?
Harvey, honestly, it's really hard to say. I doubt it would be a bad thing because generally they like to gloss those kinds of things over and let them pass without comment. But it could be a number of things, a whole world of possible things, given how much is going on at Lucasfilm and Disney right now. The first odd thing is, a bunch of sources were contacting my Hollywood agents yesterday, one of whom had, shall we say, the proper imperial codes to get through to them.
Imperial codes?
My Hollywood agents are serious guys, and that's all I'm going to say. And all of these sources we're talking about how Bob Chapek is all in on Jon Favreau moving forward and has been squarely on the side of Favreau all throughout the Lucasfilm Civil War.
Exactly what you reported on in your last video, sir.
Exactly so, Harvey. It's funny. As I said in that video, this information bypassed my Hollywood spies, and so it wasn't vetted by them. And then after my video, my spies started getting the same reports from various sources. So in this bizarre instance, it seems that I scooped myself, or at least my Hollywood spies. But this information in and of itself tells us one thing. Regardless of whether or not this information is accurate, it tells us that this leak is coming straight from Disney. They want this information out in the world, and this adds more confirmation to the conclusion I made in that video. The Lucasfilm Civil War is over, Favreau won, and the Killer Bees are now firmly on the side of the winner.
Ain't that always the case?
Everybody loves a winner, Harvey, and all evidence suggests that the Favreau-Filoni team has come out on top.
But what if the announcement is that Kathleen Kennedy has had her contract renewed as president of Lucasfilm?
Oh, well, if that's the case, then Star Wars is finished, Harvey. It'll be a funeral announcement, an obituary. I don't think that's going to be the case, though. The vibe here is very positive, so I suspect Disney and Lucasfilm believes this announcement is going to get fans excited. And if it were an announcement about Kennedy remaining as president, I doubt Bob Chapek would be publicly siding with Jon Favreau via all these rumors that appear to be leaking straight from Disney. I have also been hearing some weird rumblings about Indiana Jones 5. Rumblings I haven't reported up till now because they've just been too vague. But given the strange circumstances around these rumors, I will say it might have something to do with Indiana Jones 5. I am told, and treat this as absolute rumor because try as we might, my agents haven't been able to dig up anything to confirm or deny this. But I am told that Harrison Ford's injuries were much more severe than they let on, to the extent that he may not return to finish filming the movie.
Holy shit! You mean it might be stalled in the water permanently?
Well, that's what my agents have been told by at least one source, but we can't get any other confirmation, so I remain skeptical about this. Still, there have been some odd developments along these lines. Antonio Banderas has been added to the cast of Indiana Jones 5 according to the latest rumors, and they were not my rumors. And this happened after the accident, according to my sources. Now, a star of his magnitude being added after the accident means one thing.
Rewrites.
Yep, rewrites. Rewrites after the accident suggest that either the producers knew that the script needed work, and so they took advantage of the downtime to put it through another rewrite to try and fix things, or it could mean they're having to drastically curb Indiana Jones's involvement moving forward, given Ford's injury, and may need another big star to help cushion the blow. There has also been talk that they may move forward by putting Ford's face on another actor in green face makeup. Although if the previous leak was true, if this is a time travel story and old Indy meets young Indy, green face CGI deepfake technology was already planned, along with some de-aging technology as well.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Botox.
That's right. And now we come to the subject of Gina Carano. The source who originally contacted me with rumors of this upcoming announcement said, quote, "Apparently, according to rumors, a big announcement coming Friday concerning Star Wars. It has nothing to do with any of the shows currently in production. Now, it could be announcing The Acolyte, which I doubt it is, but I have to put that in there. It could be announcing another show. It could be merely announcing the filming of A Mandalorian Season 3, or it could be announcing something bigger. Personnel changes at Lucasfilm being announced officially, new leadership. We have to take everything into consideration. I just got a message from a friend who says he got a casting call sheet from a friend of his at Lucasfilm, and Gina Carano is on it. It's an episode of a show called The Brotherhood."
Leaping Lumbago Batman! Gina Carano returning to Star Wars? Is it possible?
Harvey, there are pros and cons on this rumor, and I'm going to go over them right now. Firstly, I reported in an earlier video that Gina Carano was spotted on the set of a Disney Star Wars production a couple of months back. At that point, we were hoping this meant she was back in the role of Cara Dune, but then we heard nothing more about it. Some speculated that given the lack of good news announcing that she was back, it meant she had gone to the studio to personally deliver the bad news to Jon Favreau that she would not be returning. But again, nothing was said either way. Then in a recent video, one of my sources told me that Jon and Dave were determined to get her back and would absolutely beg her to return if all else failed. And that was a quote. They would absolutely beg her to return if all else failed.
So this could be an announcement that the begging worked and that Gina Carano is coming back to star in The Mandalorian and Rangers of the New Republic.
True. And yet, Gina very pointedly posted the following on her Twitter account, which gives me pause. Look at this, Harvey. She posted a picture of Catwoman looking rather intimidating and said, "It's a bit late for begging." Wow.
Ouch.
Ouchie stingy, Harvey. Although given all the rumors, isn't it funny that she would post that just a day or so ago? Wouldn't that kind of validate my earlier rumor that indeed Jon and Dave were begging her to return? Now, the post didn't say, "Go fuck yourself," or "No way that's ever gonna happen," or "Forget about it," or anything like that. It was more or less enjoying the situation, gloating a bit that Disney is having to come hat in hand, crawling back and begging. Frankly, I'm not sure what it means except that it does validate yet another rumor from my insider at Disney/Lucasfilm, the term beg being used in both instances.
So this announcement probably isn't going to say that Gina Carano will not be returning, as that's something that, if true, Disney would prefer to let pass without comment. But it might possibly mean that the begging has paid off and Gina is returning.
Yes, That post from Gina might have been something along the lines of a negotiation, putting pressure on Disney to put more money on the table ahead of the announcement they wish to make. There's just no way to tell, Harvey. I've got my folks on this like stank on a hairy dog's ass. But at this point, this is all the information I have. Now, God knows I am not the one to be giving career advice to Gina Carano. She knows what she's doing very clearly, and she does it gracefully and courageously. But just my modest 2 cents worth. I think if it were me, I would go back to Star Wars.
Why? After they insulted her and treated her like shit and called her an istophobe and everything else? Allegedly?
Well, Harvey, here's the thing. If she goes back to Star Wars, it is not with her tail tucked between her legs, it is as a conquering hero. All the horrible things that Disney said, if they hire her back, that is a retraction. De facto retraction. It would basically be telling everyone, including Hollywood, that Gina Carano is back in business, that all of that earlier kerfuffle was a bunch of BS, had nothing to do with her, had no validity whatsoever. It would be an ultimate vindication of Gina Carano to return. Plus, I'm sure it would be lucrative. It would be good for her exposure, not that she needs a lot of extra help in that regard, but nevertheless. And it would make a world of grateful fans for her to return. So Gina, I don't know if you're going to watch this or not, but my 2 cents, I really hope that you will return because it would ultimately be vindication of your position, which we have known all along was in the right. We'll see if the rumor of a big announcement comes true. It seems scheduled for Friday, but if it does center around Gina, it could be delayed if Gina draws out negotiations, or it could be canceled if negotiations with Gina fall through. Only time will tell. Maybe. From the center of the earth, this is Dictor Van Doomcock bidding you all, my friends, stay angry. Ha 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 ha